What's up everyone, it's your boy Rod from DBZSHFIGS.com, and today I'm bringing to you episode 49 of the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts updates. And as always, we're going to begin at my website DBZSHFIGS.com. It's a complete archive of every single release in the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts line. You could come in here, look at pictures, videos, information about every release, and make sure you check out the Amazon deals tab where you'll find all the best deals currently on Amazon for Dragon Ball SH Figuarts. So as always, just gonna highlight the best ones of the week. And of course, it's always gotta be Daima because those Daima figures are not selling out. So if you're still in the market for the adult versions of Goku and Vegeta, they are still on sale for $30, which is about a 20% off, which I mean, for these two figures, I'd say they're pretty worth it because, you know, they have that 3.0 body and they do have a lot of great posability potential, which is really nice. So if you don't have either one of those, I suggest you pick them up now. And then the mini trio of Vegeta, Piccolo, and Goku, of course, from Daima, they are always on sale, you know. I already knew these tiny figures were not going to sell well because they cost the same price as a full-size figure, yet are tiny, have less articulation. I'm not saying it isn't impressive how much they managed to pack into these figures in terms of, you know, overall posability, but still, you can't expect to charge a full price for these figures. So as always, Vegeta, 22% off, so he is $30, which is pretty high, to be honest. Last week he was at around that 50% off mark, so I suggest you hold off on that one. Piccolo has been at that 16% off, $50 mark for a while now, so I don't know if he'll go any lower. And then Goku, the main man himself, $24.99, 34% off. I'd say that's a pretty good price for him, but he could always go lower. And then we have another mini Goku. We have GT Goku for $48, 11% off. You know, really nice figure with a Kamehameha effect piece. Is it still worth $48? I don't know. I don't know if I'd pay that nowadays. And then just want to give you a quick PSA to always watch out for the fake, you know, discounts on figures on Amazon. So this one you would go look at first form sale and be like, oh, 5% off. He's $90. Pretty good. Well, his retail price is about like $70, $75. So this is not a deal at all. So always make sure you head over to DBZSHFIGS.com, click on the webpage for the figure, and the retail price should be there for you to compare. But anyways, we're going to move over to the Tamashii Nation's calendar. As always, we get to see what's coming up, any new releases, any new re-releases, and when figures are shipping out. So November kind of came and went already, even though we're like barely mid-November. All the cool stuff has already basically happened. So, you know, the pre-orders closed for the Son Goku, Son Gohan, Nimbus Cloud, San Diego Comic-Con 2024 exclusive re-release. That's a mouthful, but that was, I think it was one of the most poorly handled re-releases because not many websites got this figure. So I mean, it was a quote-unquote re-release at best. But then also, we did get confirmation that these three awesome figures are getting reissues next year. So the pre-orders are now officially open. You could go pre-order them at your favorite online retailer. We have the Proud Namekian Piccolo, we have Krillin, Earth's Strongest Man, and we have Super Saiyan Trunks, the boy from the future. So, like I said, all great figures. However, you might want to think twice because it seems like every main character is getting, you know, a new figure made of them with the new articulation as shown in the Tamashii Nation's 2025 event. So up to you if you want to pick one of these up. They may become quote unquote obsolete in like a year or two, but it's up to you. And then we did get the official release of the new Tamashii Nation store exclusive Ultra Instinct Breaking Through the Limits. So that's going to be found at, like I said, your Tamashii Nation store. So if you live in New York or in Tokyo, you're going to get access to this. We did see, you know, the figure in the box. So it comes with the standard Tamashii Nation store exclusive box, which is that black box. And then, yeah, Tamashii Nation's 2025 is happening right now. Today is the last day. So they did have a lot of cool reveals, cool, what other people are calling leaks. I don't call them leaks because, I mean, they're basically showing it to us. But we did get a lot of cool reveals of those. And then we are getting the re-release of Bulma Adventure Begins, as well as her motorcycle. That's coming up in about 6 days at the time of recording. So let me know if you're excited for that. And then we did get these two figures shipped out already. So we got Broly 40th anniversary reissue, and we got Now. Both of these figures I already made a review of. So if you want to check any of those out, make sure you head over to the channel and click on those videos. And then for December, it looks very barren. So we're only going to get the release of the Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku Mini Daima. So that one's pretty cool, honestly. I'm looking forward to seeing the Kamehameha effect piece in hand. Other than that, that's pretty much it for December as of now. So if you did pre-order that figure in Premium Bandai a couple months ago, you will be getting yours pretty soon here. Speaking of Premium Bandai, we're going to head over here. And as far as figures on there, there's nothing really special. Basically, every figure on here you could find cheaper elsewhere. I would not suggest you pay the $10 shipping that Premium Bandai offers you. And there's only one figure up for pre-order currently, which is the Super Saiyan Son Goku Fighter of Rage. $65. You get this amazing looking Goku when he first turned Super Saiyan against Frieza. You could see him fighting him here. $65. I don't think it's a crazy price. You know, it's going to be an amazing, incredible figure. Like I said, it's going to really stand out, and, you know, it has that brand new shoulder articulation. So it's pretty cool. And if you happen to have the legendary Super Saiyan Goku, the faces of that figure are able to be placed in this new figure. However, the faces of the new figure cannot be placed in the old figure. So a little weird there, but at least you get some, you know, extra customizability if you own this figure. But yeah, next up, we're going to move over to Big Bad Toy Store, and then just want to highlight some figures. So like I said, they do have the Piccolo, Proud Namekian, and Super Saiyan Trunks, both up for pre-order already. And then Majin Buu, the Good Buu, the Fat Buu, still in stock. I'm surprised, honestly. I know there's a lot of people that wanted this figure back when, you know, we didn't know it was getting a reissue and it was reselling for like $130, $140. So if you don't have that guy right there, make sure you pick him up. Krillin, although he is getting a reissue, they still have him in stock from the previous reissue. So you can still pick him up, buy him now. It'll get shipped to you right away. And then a lot of cool figures here. Pre-orders for Supreme Kai Mini Daima still up, $74.99. Same thing with Pansy, $74.99. If you're a fan of Daima, make sure you pick those up before the pre-order window closes. And then they also do have their GT Goku on sale. They, for whatever reason, they still have the Games Begin for pre-order, even though he's been released basically everywhere else. So, I mean, that's going to be that first figure with the brand new technology. So make sure you pick that one up because it's going to have the latest and greatest articulation. They have these other figures still in stock, which is pretty cool. The pre-orders for Son Goku Kind-Hearted Saiyan and Super Saiyan Vegeta Dangerous Pride still up there. Again, those are being released next year, and they're going to have the latest and greatest articulation technology. So this is what I was saying with the first form sale. As you can see, they have it in stock here for $74.99 compared to their sale price of $90. So and then first form Frieza, again, one of the most underrated figures in the entire line, in my opinion. Still in stock, $78. That's the retail price. And then let's see, anything else notable? So they are still taking pre-orders for the Bulma's bike if that's something you want. And then of course the full power Super Saiyan Broly from Dragon Ball Super, still up for pre-order, $100 for this amazing figure. Make sure you pick it up if you haven't. Again, that one was reselling for pretty high, honestly. If I'm not mistaken, I saw him around like 130, 140, sometimes even 150. So make sure you check it out. And then Big Bad Toy Store was one of the few stores that did get this Gohan and Goku San Diego Comic-Con 2024 exclusive re-release, but they're charging pretty high, honestly. I feel like the pack itself was reselling for like 140, 150. So I don't know what's going on there. And then, yeah, I just suggest you don't ever buy any Premium Bandai figures from Big Bad Toy Store because they tend to upcharge extremely high, to be honest. Like, crazy high. Like, I understand making some money on these premium Bandai figures, but I don't know. I don't know how they come up with their margins there. But if you do want a Shenron, that one's also getting a re-release. So $120 for that. Cool. You know, shelf presence wise, it's just a nice little diorama piece. And then, anything else? So Glorio, still up for pre-order, $95. That one's probably the craziest price on a diamond figure I've seen so far. It kind of rivals Goma, in my opinion. I think $95 for Glorio is kind of crazy. But that's going to be it for Big Bad Toy Store. Next up, we're going to go over to Toys in the Box. And just like I always tell you, Toys in the Box is my preferred online retailer just because I tend to buy figures in bulk. And if you buy 3 or more figures at Toys in the Box, you get an additional discount on top of their already lower prices. So that's why I choose Toys in the Box. But again, like, if you're between Big Bad Toy Store and Toys in the Box, put what you want in the cart, go all the way to the final step right before you're about to pay, and see what that final price is going to be, and then just decide from there. You know, always do what's best for you. So they do have the Broly 40th anniversary reissue in stock for $140. So, you know, it's pretty high again, but like I said, they buy the premium Bandai exclusives, you know, at the same price that we do, so they have to mark it up. $40 markup, I'm not sure if that's you know, good enough for you, but I do see this figure reselling for around that much. So again, if you buy it in bulk with other figures, you're gonna get a nice little discount. So their future Trunks, their Piccolo, and their Krillin are up for pre-order here. Specifically, Trunks and Piccolo are $5 cheaper than Big Bad Toy Store. Krillin, however, is $5 more expensive, so that's kind of weird. They also have the New York Comic Con exclusive Super Saiyan Gogeta for $130. So if you want that one, make sure you pick them up. And then they do have the pre-orders for the Kind-Hearted Saiyan and the Super Saiyan Vegeta. So those are about $3 cheaper on here. And then Pansy and Supreme Kai are about $5 cheaper. First Form Cell, about $5 cheaper. And let's see, they do still have the Super Saiyan 3 Mini Vegeta and Goma in stock at their store. So $84.99 for both of those. Vegeta, kind of worth it. Goma, you already know what I feel about that one. Full Power Broly, about $5 cheaper. Glorio, about $10 cheaper. So, you know, this is the place to get Glorio if you want it. Then, I mean, that's basically going to be it. Shenron, $10 cheaper if you want them. Piccolo, Adult Daima, $5 cheaper. Anything else noteworthy? The Good Boo, $10 cheaper. So if you want that figure, make sure you head over to Toys in the Box to pick it up. And then if you're picking up less than 3 figures, so you're not getting the bulk discount, I do have a discount for 5% off. I'm going to leave it in the description. So if you're buying like 1 or 2 figures, you'll get 5% off just by following that link. So make sure you check that out. But anyways, now we're going to move over to 5K Toys. And they are taking pre-orders or deposits for the ZT Studios Broly. So, you know, so many Brolys out for the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts line. So there is 3 versions. We have the regular Broly with the red, you know, skirt. Then there's, of course, that green-haired maroon skirt Broly. And then there's the green-haired maroon skirt Broly with Super Saiyan 3 hair. So if any of those interest you, these are the full prices here. So the first 2 are going to be $102 plus shipping. And the Super Saiyan 3 version is going to be $108 plus shipping. So kind of expensive, but the figure is massive from what I've heard. So might be worth it to check it out. And then they are still selling the Trump card power that even God's Fear, which is the demoniacal fit Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito. So kind of rivals the 2014 New York Comic Con exclusive, except that this one comes with a lot more for a lot less. You know, aura effect, 2 blast effects, crossed arms, different heads, different hands, $50 shipped out. Pretty good price there. And then they are taking pre-orders for what appears to be a Vegito, a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito from GD Toys. I'm not sure about GD Toys. Never had one. I haven't even heard of this. So leave in the comments if this is, good quality figure. But they are taking pre-orders with a price of about $18. And the second payment is $60. So it'll come out to about $78 plus shipping, if that interests you, of course. And then Demoniacal Fit Fury Awakening, which is their version of that premium Bandai exclusive Fighter of Rage Goku. I do like the official one better. I think it looks a lot better. Plus, it has that new articulation technology. So I think that's going to be overall a better figure than this one. But if you want a cheaper version, this one is going to do the job for you. And then everyone's favorite segment, someone please buy the Legendary Berserker Shatter the Universe, because this figure has been in stock here for months now. And it's kind of crazy to me because Broly's tend to always sell out. Maybe, there's enough Broly fatigue out there that now nobody wants this Broly. But anyways, that's going to be it for 5K Toys. Now we're just going to jump over to some miscellaneous news. And there is a lot of exciting news out there. So I did post a video earlier this week going over the Tamashii Nations 2025 reveals, which they revealed a lot of cool stuff. So I suggest you click on that video, check it out so that you get more in-depth information. I'm just going to kind of go over it quickly here. But we did get an announcement that we are getting Super Saiyan God Son Goku God Aura, which is going to be the new technology. Super Saiyan God Goku looks amazing. He looks skinny as he should. That's what the form looks like. Can't wait to get my hands on that one. Same thing with Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku. Blue Power Transcending Limits. Again, it's going to have that new technology. The face looks amazing to me. The hair looks really, really nice. It looks like it's going to pair well with the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. And then we did get an additional look at the Super Saiyan Son Goku Legendary Super Saiyan Genki Damatsuri Edition, which is, of course, going to be an event exclusive in Japan in January of 2026. So, again, it looks incredible. I think it's one of the best looking, if not the best looking figure in the entire official Dragon Ball SH Figuarts line. I can't wait to get my hands on this one. Once I find out how to import this figure, I will definitely let you know. And then, of course, the biggest news was we got this nice looking diorama of the Z Fighters from the Cell opening anime intro. So out of here, we learned that we are getting new figures of Vegeta, a new Trunks here, and a new Gohan, a Kid Gohan specifically. So we got a better view of Trunks here. So it is going to be the first ever sleeveless tank top Trunks that we get in the official lineup. I just love how it looks. Trunks is, of course, one of the most popular characters in the entire, franchise. So this guy's going to look really cool. I think they really nailed the face on this one. And then, of course, my favorite is going to be the Kid Gohan. My Grail used to be the Kid Gohan, the Kid Ears. I think that's what it's called. But now it looks like we're going to get a new crack at it with the new technology, new articulation. Everything just looks great about this. And, of course, that Vegeta is going to be, again, that new articulation and everything. So that's why I said that it kind of seems like they're going to give us new versions of every character. Well, every main character at least. I do hope this is leading up to a brand new Perfect Cell, because, this is about the Cell Saga intro. So hopefully that means it's coming soon. But yeah, so many cool things happening at Tamashii Nations 2025. They had this really cool diorama with all the figures. Goku just fighting everyone throughout the different eras of Dragon Ball. I wish I was there in person because this looks amazing. I know I would have been geeking out, the entire time. But I'm glad to see the pictures here. And then just randomly, so there was rumors about this, and now it's officially confirmed. But if you know about gashapons, so they're the little plastic balls that have a little toy in them. You put a quarter or two in the machine, and then you randomly get one of these. So Dragon Ball SH Figuarts are making their debut there. So they are partnering with Gashapon Instaboo, and they're gonna put little tiny, replicas of the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts figures in there, so you could collect them all if you want. They're coming soon, December 2025. I'm not too interested in this, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool for them to get more partnerships and just to get more eyes overall on the figures. And from what it kind of reads like, it seems like the figures themselves, like you could actually move them. Obviously they're not gonna have the same articulation as like the big ones, but that's pretty cool, the attention to detail. And the Vegito Super Saiyan 4 by Kong Studios is now in stock at Model Hobby Store. So if that interests you, make sure you head over there to pick them up. Like I said, to me, I don't really care about figures that I haven't seen like, in the anime, but if this is like something you care about, make sure you head over there before they sell out. And just one last thing, of course, Demoniac Fit did announce that the coming one, Top Gun, which is that future Trunks with the sleeveless arms and the Super Saiyan hair and everything you see here, was getting a reissue. And he is officially available now, so make sure you head over to, AliExpress. I'm sure Model Hobby Store is going to have them as well. They may hit 5K toys. I know they did say that distributors in different areas have slightly different timetables, so just keep an eye out at your favorite distributor. But anyways, that's basically gonna be it for me. Make sure you head over to the Discord for the channel. It's a community where a lot of people that love Dragon Ball SH Figuarts come together to talk about the figures all day long. And if you're still listening to me at this point in time, just know that I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day.